What's up, Ryan?
What's up, man?
How you doing, bud?
Doing well. How about you?
Good, man. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
We've only had about 30 takes on this one, so it's no big deal. We're going to move past this, right?
Hey, we're past the sponsors, so we're good.
Yeah. We made it. We made it. But anyways, yeah, I'm so sorry for fumbling through all that stuff. Ryan's been super patient with me, but so Ryan, tell the fans from Highly Irritable exactly what you just did. Like, you broke a record in weightlifting, correct?
Yes, powerlifting.
So tell them what you did.
I broke and set a new state record for bench press in the 242 pound class for submasters, which is men from 35 to 40. And previous record was 441 pounds. And my first opening lift was 485. And I finished with 523 pounds, 0.60 or something like that.
523 pounds.
That's impressive.
That's 5 of you.
Yeah.
That's 5 of you. Literally stacked on top of each other.
It's probably a lot easier to lift the weights, though.
Yeah.
Than
Well,
me.
anything's, I couldn't deal with 5 of you. I have a hard enough time with 1.
That is also true.
No, that seriously though, that's amazing. 523 pounds, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I guess my next question obviously is going to be, what did it take to get you to that point? I mean, what did you go through?
Well, prep was, 12 weeks? Actual program prep that I was being coached on by the guy in the video that spawned me, which is also the owner of the gym where I train, Ironmongers. And so I did 12 weeks of preparing for it through the programming he gave me and put me on. And realistically, I started training for this back in August.
Wow.
So it was, what are we in? It was in March. So 7 months worth of hard training to get to where that number was. And then the last 12 weeks, we just fine tuned.
Like, I know it's like way more detailed than what you're explaining now.
Oh,
like,
yeah, I can't give the program away though.
Well,
I had to pay for that, so giving away that man's secrets, I can't do that.
Well, I don't want the secrets. So here's what we got. Like, how I know you meal prepped because I used to watch you do it.
God, yes. Well, I've been doing that religiously for, 38? 7 years now, religiously.
And what goes into meal prepping though? Like, how many meals are you eating like a day?
To be honest, I ate more when I was doing bodybuilding than I did with the powerlifting competition.
Did you really?
Yeah, you would have thought it would have been an increase, but it really was quite a bit less in comparison. Yeah, when I did bodybuilding for 5-6 years straight there, it was either 5 to 7 meals a day or 4 meals and 3 shakes. But it was, trying to get that 275 grams of protein in a day with carbs and macros and everything else. It was, to be honest, I like the way powerlifting meal prep and design was a whole lot better for me, because instead of having to eat every 2 to 3 hours, where I was forcing myself when I wasn't hungry to put the food in me, because that's, it's a bodybuilding. You got to hit those 2-hour increments to stay in your anabolic window. And to go to powerlifting where it's just eat a big breakfast, eat before you train, and eat right after, and then eat dinner. And it doesn't matter what size the meal is, just till you feel satisfied. Obviously towards the end when you got to make weight, which I started dieting down, 3 weeks out? I started pulling certain foods out of my diet so I wouldn't go into shock and, end up retaining a shit ton of water and not letting anything go that I should have been. So you take little things out on the way. So we get to the last week and you're just eating a certain, regimen of veggies, fruit, and proteins to where your body just goes. I went from I was 260, 262 in training. And then at weigh-in, I was 240. So I came in 2 pounds under weigh-in weight, which was rad because it threw my Wilks number and my DOTS numbers way up.
Are you eating a ton of calories per day, or is it just, I mean, did you just make sure that you ate those meals?
Well, I don't know. I've never been one to weigh my food or, a certain amount of fats to carbs. I've never done that. I just, brown rice, vegetables, potatoes here and there, chicken, whole eggs. It's ridiculous. My eggs that I eat.
Yeah.
We have to buy the 60 pack of eggs every week. And I can easily in one sitting just take down 10 to 12 eggs with 2 cups of brown rice for breakfast.
And mama helped prep all those
Dude,
meals, right?
mama was the biggest key factor for me coming in properly fed. Nutrition was on point the whole way through. And, a lot of dummies that are weightlifting, they don't understand you're only going to perform as good as the nutrients you give yourself. So all these idiots going to fucking In-N-Out thinking, well, bodybuilders eat 5 fucking In-N-Out burgers in a sitting. Yeah, they do that in a fluke. The rest of the time they eat super clean. It just a lot of stuff that people don't see and understand. I don't understand why I got no results. And it's like, well, you ate like shit all day. What do you expect?
Right. And then, so, you have the eating part of it, obviously, and then you're living a healthy life and all that stuff, which is cool. I mean, obviously I need better help and I should be living by your standards, but whatever. I'm the other Smith. I'm the shitbag Smith. I'm the fun, whatever. We're both funny guys, but who cares? But so the other question I have too, and I was wondering, and so do the fans, is how many times a day were you actually working out?
Well, I mean, as you know, my job in itself is a physical one, pulling, I pump concrete for a living. So I got to pull lines around all day long, load them up when it's busy. So it was really kind of this meet was kind of perfect for me because I landed right in my slow season for work because it slows down for me in the wintertime.
Right.
So days I didn't have work, I would get up and go to another gym so I could do my cardio because the powerlifting gym don't got no treadmills. It's a meathead paradise. There ain't no treadmills anywhere. You want to go for a walk, go around the block, and that ain't for me. Something about walking distance as opposed to walking on a treadmill. I can't make the transfer from a treadmill to going for a mile long walk and having to return that mile. It just drives me nuts for some reason. So I would go to the gym over at any time and do, I don't know, anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour of walking on incline, come home, eat, because I was fasted cardio, come home, eat a big breakfast, let it sit for about an hour, kiss mama, and then go to the gym and hit weights. And that was anywhere from hour sometimes to 3, depending on how I felt. A lot of it had to do with listening to the body and knowing, okay, I've hit a wall. Don't go past that wall right now because it's not going to help. It's a lot of paying attention. That's for sure.
Well, because you've had actually some pretty gnarly injuries, right? Because I remember you used to tell me you've had some pretty nasty things that set you back when you were powerlifting or lifting, right?
It wasn't the powerlifting that hurt me. I actually got hurt at work. I got pulled off a scaffold with the concrete hose on my shoulder, and when I landed, my low back, something went, and I walked around. My dumb ass walked around in pain for like a month and a half, still going to the gym and doing squats and deadlifts and everything else. And my wife was like, I'm fucking sick of listening to you. We're going to the fucking doctor right now and get x-rays. Well, went to the doctor and got x-rays, and my L3 had a hairline crack in it.
No way. Yeah. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, that was back right after Heaven was born. Dude, and I'm like, they're like, you need to take off work, you need to stop lifting. I go, the first one's definitely not happening because I'm the only income. I'm fucking going to work. And the second one, yeah, good luck with that. I still went to the gym.
Yeah. But the whole point though, like what you just said right now is like total proof. So like any of you lazy ass people and like all of my fans pretty much.
This, how do you, I get this all the time. man, where do you find the energy after work to go? And it's like, it's in your fucking head, you pussy. Instead of picking up a 12-pack of beer, go to the gym.
Yeah.
You know, there's just life choices. Some guys go to happy hour. I go to the gym.
Right.
You know?
Well, it's amazing, dude. You really, I know the amount of work that you put into it, and I know like what you went through during your powerlifting time too, right? Because that was a gnarly time that you were going through that time, right?
Yeah. Back, what was that? From 15 till about till almost ended 2018. It was a pretty tumultuous years. You know, a lot of rediscovering of myself again, and trying to figure out the right way to come center and come back to the saddle where I could be the best me I could be for not just myself, but for my children.
Yeah. And so what's next moving forward? Like, are you planning on any more
competitions?
Yeah.
I think the next one I'm going to do will be the West Coast, which is a big one. And it'll either be West Coast, and then the next will be nationals. West Coast, I'm going to train for the overall 242-pound bench press record, which is only 17 pounds more than what I just did. And the goal isn't just to break it, it's to smash it like I just did the last one.
Yeah.
Granted, I'm not going to be smashing it by no 72-pound amount, but 10 pounds over what was previous will be pretty rad.
Did I already ask you how long that record was being held before you broke it?
The guy that had the record was set in 2016. So that was a 5-year record I just smashed, and I didn't just break it. I don't think anyone's going to touch it for a little bit.
Yeah, I can't imagine it.
There's not too many. I mean, I don't believe there is. I'm honestly pretty naive or ignorant to it, but I don't know how many 35 to 40-year-old men are really out there pushing heavy weight that way. You know, I know a lot of guys can squat and dead that, which that was the most common question I got was, man, what's your dead going to be like if you just bench 523? And I'm like, well, they didn't train that one too hard, so it's not going to wow you just like that did. But
yeah, hey. Yeah, right. Well, I mean, it's it's one step at a time, though, right? Because I mean, it's really when you're getting into that section of it, from what I heard, it's more technique at that point, right?
Oh, dude, there's so like going from just being strong dumb. And when I say strong dumb, just like grabbing weight and going, not even like thinking about a proper technique to be stronger at it, to learning technique in those movements, it's you kind of go, wow, how dumb do I feel having done it for X amount of years the wrong way and running serious risk of injury with the weight I was playing with.
Yeah.
To now that same weight I was playing with is there's no risk injury with it because I've been coached up, I've been helped, I've been touched and pushed in a certain way, like, all right, now move like this or set your feet this way, just little tweaks here and there that the coaches at that gym that I go to have really helped me progress, has made the biggest difference in all of the gains that I have.
Wow. Well, because do you remember when I originally came to you? I went to you one time and I said, dude, it's time for me to get back into lifting because I feel like shit. And I want to start feeling better. And you said, dude, you're going to puke all over the place. Like, you're not ready for this.
That is actually funny because I've done that to a handful of guys in my years that train with me. Like, oh, let me come train with you. I'm like, you bring a bucket? They're like, what? I'm like, bring a bucket. And they're like, why? I'm like, I'm going to make you throw up. Yeah, right. And all of a sudden, there's just like, I'll be right back. And you see him running for a trash can, blah, in the middle of the fucking gym. Everyone's just looking at him like, holy shit. So the guys that I've been training with since the competition, you have one guy that's really good at deads. He's doing our programming for deads, and one guy's good at squats. And then me, I'm doing all the chest programming for the whole group. So, we're all in a group text, and the guy goes, hey, Brian, what do we got going for tomorrow for chest? I go, it's called the puke. And they're like, what? I go, it's called the puke. Make sure you don't eat something that you ain't going to like coming back up because tomorrow you're puking. Yeah, fucking right. Yeah, fucking right. One guy puked, one guy held it in and just like did one of those. And I'm like, dude, just let it out. He's like, no, I'm not going to let you have that satisfaction. He's like, okay.
That would be me. I would totally do that to you.
Just swallowing it hard.
Or I'd just tap out, bro. I'd be like, you got me, bro. You got me, brother. What well, do you think you could train Marissa to start doing some bodybuilding?
That's one thing I won't dabble in is training females, because just not something I could do because of my wife. I would never
Well,
train
no,
them.
I'm kidding, but
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
kidding.
not giving up my chips.
yeah.
If you eat eggs, brown rice, and chicken, that's not for me.
Yeah, she's worked really hard for that taquito diet, you know?
Taquitos. Can I just say, though, I do hold a record
Yeah.
for the longest Netflix binge with a bag of potato chips.
Well, that's impressive.
Was it Tiger Kingdom or whatever that?
Yeah, the Tiger King or whatever his name was.
Goddamn Carol Baskin.
Yeah.
God, how funny is that?
Well, that was the first thing I watched when the fucking pandemic started happening. I was sitting at home bored, and I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get my mind off things. I watched that and it was just like,
I know, dude. I literally couldn't stop watching. That was like the most
I watched
show
it
ever.
straight through, like 8 hours straight. My wife came home. She's like, "What have you been doing all day?" Nothing. The fucking house is a disaster. I'm like, "Oh, you gotta watch this."
I mean, well, dude, it was like, okay, so you're gonna do a show on tigers, gay guys, and the country, and killing and murdering, and a chick that like ate her husband.
Yeah,
or fed her husband to a lion or tiger.
Tigers.
Sold.
Yeah, I'm in.
That's you call Americana right there.
Well, so are you going to start doing maybe some side training for people to lift? Like, can you start getting into that too now? Because I mean, the door's wide open for you, right?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I get a lot. I mean, a lot of the guys at the gym always, I mean, I get a million questions. There's 20 guys in the gym, I go in there to do my chest routine. The whole crowd just goes, and it's question. I'm like, dude, you guys could at least put the weight on the fucking bar for me if you're going to sit here and eat my ears for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, there's a lot of possibility there probably, but I got to just, sit back and wait and see.
Gotcha.
I mean, I wouldn't mind helping somebody out to, help them on their path to bettering themselves, either physically or emotionally. With that, being said, for training, a lot of people go to a weight training program to help deal with frustrations in life. I've known that was my main thing when I got sober. That's how I got sober. I went from happy hours and doing blow to complete cold turkey to, okay, now what am I going to do with all my time? So I went to the gym, and then, I've been into lifting weights since we were a kid. I had a fucking bench in the backyard.
Yep. My dad used to take us to the gym.
Yeah.
We used to go to Cotijas, and we would get like 6 pounds of freaking refried beans and carne asada. And then Ryan and I would eat. And my fucking dad,
deadly.
Oh, my dad would put us through. Remember that dude that we used to train with at the athletic club? The guy, Kurt? Big motherfucker. Him and my dad used to take us, and they were the first ones that put us through that program and got me and you big enough to where we were able to like hang tough with the rest of them. And nobody was, I mean, we were full tricep, the whole fucking rack. Do you remember that? We could do the whole rack on tricep. I was proud of that.
What? I was 15, you were 16. So
yeah. That's what we used to do, man. Hard work. And you're still doing it to this day. We went through some hard shit.
Yeah, but that's part of life. Luckily we didn't end up with the chrome bracelets and sitting behind bars, which, man, talk about dodging bullets.
Well, if I ever had to like get on house arrest and wear the bracelet, I would definitely have like a Louis Vuitton one. I'd make
you would be bougie as fuck that way.
Oh yeah, you got to be, right?
Bedazzle it and everything.
At least be proud of it if you're going to be a thug.
Throw that shine out there, huh?
No, man. But we don't have a lot of time, so I'm not going to hold you up. But I just wanted to say that I'm proud of you, and I'm happy that you came on the show and did this interview, because I know the amount of dedication you put into it, And I know that you're taking it lightly, like it wasn't this big deal, but you're holding the state record right now, brother.
Yeah, and I didn't, to be honest, I didn't realize how big a deal it was. But talking with my coach after the meet, we're going over shit and just talking about it with all the guys, and he's like, "You understand how big a California state record is, don't you?" I go, "No, how big is it?" He goes, "We have the biggest powerlifting community in all the nation in California to have a California record. It tops out all the rest of the states because of our ability to train year round here and the amount of concentration of powerlifters that are in California."
Yeah.
I was just like, I didn't know
well,
that
dude,
shit.
just think about it though. So like, I'm going to put this into your mind real quick.
Mhm.
I've done a lot of research on it, and some of the biggest, most famous people in the world came from Venice Beach.
Oh yeah,
Arnold Schwarzenegger trained there. Lou Ferrigno trained there.
all the big names went there.
The big names, even the
Mhm.
guy, I can't remember his name. I'm brain farting again all of a sudden, but what's that fucking guy's name, dude? He can barely walk now because of what he did to his body.
Ronnie Coleman. Ronnie Coleman was at Metroflex in Texas.
But he would go to Venice Beach just to show those guys up.
Oh yeah, it's a mecca for a reason for bodybuilders. I mean, it was one of the things that was on my bucket list of when I was bodybuilding to go there, and I went there, and it was cool. I didn't see no big names or nothing, but you're walking in a gym that's fucking had greats. You know what I mean?
Right.
That still has greats rolling through the doors and doing epic shit. So it has its own energy just in that ambiance or setting that you are in experiencing while you're there.
Right. Well, and I mean, let's put it to play. If COVID wasn't what it was, you would have had a sold out gym. Well, not a sold out gym, but you would have had people there all over the place trying to recruit you.
I don't know about that. I do know that when I was talking with Rick, who is the owner of Ironmongers, about the competition, he said that it was a shame because it's an annual one he does every year at his facility. And he said that last year, before obviously because we were in lockdown last year, the year before when the lockdown wasn't happening and everybody was running free willy-nilly around the country, there was, I think he said 400, 500 people there for the competition. And we had I think 150, 200 on the day I was there.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was, to hear that many people scream at you during something you're doing is pretty fucking electric, dude. You feel it. You don't just hear it, you feel it.
Well, you and I watched the video together the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I was telling you, you sent me the video the day you did it.
Oh yeah.
The one that Andy took. And I remember I was telling you, dude, the hair on my arms stood up. And I had so much adrenaline rushing through my body because obviously I'm sitting there. I'm one of your biggest fans. And when you stood up when you finally completed the lift and you stood up, I can only explain to you, I know you were fired up, but your whole family, all of us were like, holy shit, he did it. It was and I never seen you move that fast before. You know what I mean? You were literally up jumping around and you were so fucking pumped.
That was a lot of adrenaline running through me.
Yeah. I mean, for everybody, I'm going to post the video for everybody to watch so you guys can see. But I mean, you got to take a look at this person sitting here and just understand anything is possible. Oh
yeah. I mean, shit, I'm almost 40 and I'm hitting heavyweight guys that are in their 20s.
Right. I mean, it's amazing.
There's the only limits are the ones we set for ourselves, dude.
Yeah. Well, I'm proud of you, brother. And like I said, I really appreciate the fact that you did the show with us, and we're going to burn it up again. The next time we're doing this podcast is when we get Matt McKinney on the show so we can run a lobster special, right?
Oh, that'll be fun. that'll be nothing but shit talk the whole time.
Oh my God, he's begging me well, he's not begging me, but I asked him and he's like, dude, are we going to do it or what? And then it's okay, so we got to have the lobster special with all the, Mackie.
We should do that one in person with all of us sitting there in person.
Absolutely. I totally think so too. We got to get B there. We got to get everybody. So we'll do it. But that's going to be like corralling, you know, a bunch of hamsters.
A bunch of feral cats.
Yeah. So, all right, man. Well, listen, we're going to go to a small commercial break. I'm going to break free from you, Ryan. I appreciate you so much, brother. And I love you. And thank you for doing this. And always, I love seeing your beautiful little face. You handsome little devil. All right, guys, we're going to break to a commercial. And when we come back, we are going to do the game show of all game shows with the lovely Marissa.
Yay.
And I did like a super Ryan, just so you know, like I did a surprise. She has no idea. Like I know Ryan can't be a part of this, but there's a secret that she has no idea. So when you listen to it, you're going to laugh your ass off.
Oh,
no. I can't wait.
She's going to be shocked. Just put it that way. I can't wait to do it.
I didn't even know.
Give her a good zinger, huh?
Yeah, we do. And then we're going to go over, we watched the film Billie Eilish, the documentary. We got to talk about that because that shit hit me in the heart hard. So we'll talk about that. Don't forget to tune into YouTube. And if you go on Facebook, you can check Ryan Smith out on Facebook. You can see the video there too. Give him a follow, give him a like. I love you, Ryan. And we're going to take a small commercial break. I love you, brother.
Love you too, man. Thanks.
Late.